Hi folks, I want to share a story with you today. Actually, the first chapter of a story that I hope we'll write together. It's called Paradise in Our Lifetimes. Now, that might seem a little ridiculous. The news is pretty bleak. It's more like a Hieronymus Bosch painting than a paradise. But I hope to convince you by the end of this talk that now more than ever, we have what we need to build the society of our dreams. First, I'll let you in on a little secret that's floating around certain ivory towers and among the elites of both the esoteric and the worldly traditions. We are making all of this up as we go. That's right. I have very fancy degrees in social science from very fancy institutions and have created very fancy research technology for very fancy scientists. And I'm here to tell you, we are making all of this up. Our close relationships, our familiar roles, our job descriptions, our notions of identity. It's all a fabulous symphony of made-up social interactions. Well, not so fabulous. Not lately. In fact, the world seems a little obsolete. Kind of like it was built for warring kings to better milk their populations, back when the fastest communications technology was a carrier pigeon. So many of us experience society by submitting to bureaucrats, or having to choose some slippery politician in a game where we always seem to lose. Making matters worse are these new so-called social technologies. Social technologies that make more money the more miserable we are and the more addicted we are to their platforms. They get richer, we get teen anxiety and depression, and families torn apart by wild conspiracy theories. Some say we should go back to the old ways, or reform or regulate. And meanwhile, tech companies and undemocratic regimes are racing to build AI that is smarter than you in ways you can never understand, and to create reputation systems that will determine your life's outcomes. This is far from a paradise. But it's hard to argue with the power of big tech. Look at Facebook, the MySpace clone. It got 1 billion followers in just over a decade. That used to take 1,000 years. And big tech has taught us some really cool things, like how to set up two-sided marketplaces, how to bring a global supply chain to 1 billion doorsteps, how to make friends and influence bots, and how to cooperate across the space-time continuum, even during a pandemic. These are some really great building blocks. We can lift any voice. We can bring any group together. Imagine if we had a social movement of creators that were working to coordinate and improve society. With values of care, inclusion, and abundance, we could automate the good life for pretty much everybody. Imagine pro-social technologies that are improving human relationships at every scale and allowing for mass collaboration. Imagine it, and imagine you are writing this story into reality because it is real. Prototype technologies exist right now that we can use, millions of us, to reflect upon and remake the society that we've been making up all along. The better angels of this paradise are already flocking to the cause of pro-social technology. These are social scientists and designers, creatives, artists, and engineers from top organizations dedicated to the public interest. Together, these world builders are creating a collectively intelligent society where we can understand ourselves and improve ourselves. We can ask ourselves our own question, folks. We can wonder to ourselves what we want and what we need, and figure out how to prioritize our values. In this new world we're co-creating, we'll set up two-sided marketplaces where we share our burdens and our gifts and our talents. And we will actually ease the transition into an era of automation where people do less work that's more meaningful. We'll even change the shape of power. With decentralized autonomous organizations running pro-social technologies on Web3, we can make 2 heads or 200 heads or 200 million heads better than one. We can make hierarchy obsolete. We'll even fix the problems of old social tech. We're already building new consilience and sense-making tools that allow us to highlight all the bogus misinformation on the web, turning it into actual learning opportunities so we can share reality again. And when we face big, complex issues, we'll do it together, deliberating online about all the policy considerations. Why wait for senators who insist on traveling by a horse? We can put our heads together and see what life we can make for our children right now, 24/7, 365. We can even train AI to better understand our social world so it stays aligned with us and becomes conscientious. Of course, this story will need a lot of volunteers and creators and designers and funders. So come find us if you want to create a new paradise. We'll be here, making it up as we go.
Hey there! Thanks for watching. I'm Brady.
And I'm Firein, and we're the people behind Ignite Talks HQ.
The speaker you just watched was in a race against time.
Every Ignite Talk is 20 slides, and the slides change every 15 seconds, whether you're ready or not, so you've got to keep up.
It's out of control. Could you do this?
We think so. Follow us in the usual places to learn more about how you could give a talk.
And don't forget to subscribe for more speedy talks.